What is going on? You know, there's so much that needs to be talked about, and I'm going to be doing some specific political-based videos as we are getting closer and closer to the general presidential election. And as always, I strongly recommend you vote. But I also recognize that voting is not the only tool in the toolbox. It is one of the many tools in the toolbox. Utilize the tool or tools that best fit you. I personally will be voting, and then some. And I also want to put an emphasis on it isn't just the presidential election, okay? Our local elections matter, our state elections matter, and our federal elections matter. And also, what happens across the world globally also matters, okay? But anyways, let's get into this video. This video is kind of going to be me just ranting and giving my perspective as usual. GeoFucks, site perspectives, right? But this video, I want to talk about, there's just a lot of conversation around black people and black people when it comes to marriage and romantic relationships and the lack thereof of romantic partnerships and marriages. Now, I want to keep in mind, a lot of times when people are talking about this, it seems like, from my perspective, they are mostly talking about it from a heterosexual perspective, a cisgendered heterosexual perspective, a cishet perspective. They're not really talking about LGBTQ plus people in this conversation, even though queer LGBTQ plus people are married in marriages, in romantic partnerships and relationships, are creating families just like straight folks, just like cisgendered folks, just like cishet folks. But oftentimes the focus is always on cishet people and their marriages. And then everybody's giving, and that's my perspective on it, right? My opinion, right? And everyone's giving their 2 cents, 3 cents, 5 cents, 10 cents, 25 cents, whatever. They're sharing their perspectives, their opinions, their viewpoints. Some of them I agree with, some of them I don't agree with. And some situations I'm just kind of neutral. So let's talk about it. So somebody on X/Twitter, said, well, the marriage rates have been declining, and I don't think they're going to get back up. I don't think they're going to increase. I think they're going to decline and continue to decline. And then somebody was explaining why they think it's been declining, and somebody wrote, well, a lot of young professionals, and I'm not even going to say just young, a lot of young, middle age and older, okay, like seasoned vets who are professionals, who are typically are not interested in settling down and or not interested in the traditional view of settling down. And I think I agree wholeheartedly with that, because everyone's always on this, oh, well, that's because you're young. Nigga, there are people in their 50s and 60s with the same mindset. We actually have many uncles and aunts, older cousins, older siblings, older friends, older associates, older co-workers who are just as happy being single and not being in a traditional romantic relationship. Okay? It is not just because a person is in their 20s and 30s or 40s. Okay? Sophie girl, come on. Here she is in the corn. Sophie, come on. Sophie, what you doing in there? What you doing? Anyways, I'm out here walking Poochie Woo. One of the Poochie Woos. I have 3. But anyways, So it's not just because people are 20s, 30s, 40s. It's people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s who are professionals, who are non-professionals, who just in general are not interested in being in a relationship or having a traditional partnership, romantic partnership. Okay? And I'm just going to throw it out there. One of the many reasons is a lot of us grew up seeing these so-called romantic relationships, marriages, and we saw firsthand that these were toxic, abusive, dysfunctional, violent. It was not a good time. Okay? We saw that early on. A lot of us are products of broken families. Okay? I'm just going to call a thing. And what I saw demonstrated as a marriage was not what I wanted for my life. As you can see, at 32, I'm still quote unquote single and doing me. Okay? What I saw demonstrated was a hell to the HE double hockey sticks. Hell no. No. And also, a lot of us have seen other people, our friends, our families. A lot of us have been in these situations where we called ourselves trying to be lovey-dovey. We called ourselves trying to be in a romantic relationship or try to be, in a traditional romantic partnership, just to find out you being lied to. This person is using you. This person is bringing your spirit down. They are cheating. They don't reciprocate. Y'all not on the same level. Y'all not compatible. So many things is going on just to say you got a man or a woman or a partner. And it's just not worth all of that. Ain't that right, Sophie? It's just not worth all of that. Ain't that right, Sophie? Girl. Ooh, calm down. Don't be getting up in there. But it's just not worth all of that just to say you got somebody. And it's like a lot of this shit just sounds like y'all want people to settle for less than and or be miserable like our elders were or like the people that we see around. And then to me, it just further highlights people stay complaining about single people when really it's people who want to be in relationships mad that other people don't want what they want. Because think about it. If you are supposedly in a happy, healthy relationship, why are you always bringing up what single people are doing or not doing? Why does that even bother you? And why are you trying to influence other people to do what you're doing? If you're supposedly happy and hunky-dory, then go hang out with other people that are in relationships or focus on your own relationship. Because again, it just sounds like y'all want people to settle for bullshit. I'm just going to keep it real. That's how it feels to me. Because y'all literally will sit up here and see that the other person ain't interested in what you're interested in, or that's not what their attention is on, and then you're trying to force somebody to do something that they don't want to do, and then getting mad that it don't work out. Like, that's the other aspect of things. If you not on the same page, that relationship is bound to fail. Let's just be real. This is why it helps to be on the same page and not just, oh, we bumping, we knocking the boots and you cute. I'm sorry, but as you get older, you realize you got to bring more to the table than sex and looks. It's a lot that goes into having a healthy, stable, committed relationship. And what is you doing, girl? Sophie. She be over there messing with them birds. Sophie, what you doing? What you doing? I hear the birds. So what you doing? Run, Sophie girl. But anyways, yeah, you was over there doing stuff. You be doing stuff. Anyways, Yup. Anyways, so yeah, and then my thing is, as I've come into growing, is that anything that you have to beg and plead and constantly basically feel like you begging and pleading and trying to state your case and shit, if you gotta force it, it's probably not going to work out. It's probably not meant to be, because that's just it. This is not supposed to be some damn, we playing Drake Uncharted and we on one of the missions where you got to solve a puzzle type shit. That's not how it's supposed to be. I'm sorry, but all of this trying to force people that clearly don't want what you want is not going to help you. You're going to be draining yourself. Trust and believe. And then sometimes you got to realize, hey, that's just not the type of relationship that you're supposed to have with that person. Hate to break it to you. And then the other aspect is for the person who mentioned the professionals, is it's the truth. Like, when you really are focused on your shit, you're not interested in slowing up your life to entertain some shit that's probably not even going to last. I'm just being real. And then y'all get mad at us for being realists. But I get it. A lot of times, if you're a realist, you're going to come off negative. You're going to come off pessimistic. Because realistically, the odds are not in your favor. And that's just the reality of fucking life. And then y'all get mad at us for being honest. But I guess we're just supposed to be all hunky-dory and everything's going to work out and it's going to be so great and I'm going to find the blah, blah, blah. And then you're just going to keep bumping your head and just keep going back and forth. Like, no, everybody's not interested in doing that. I'm going to be honest. I used to be like, well, let me just keep trying. Like if this was 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, okay, let's keep trying. But bitch, 6 years ago, I learned my lesson. Okay? And I've definitely tried to do things, but I've never went as far as I did 6 years ago. Because after a while, you get tired of hurting yourself. And like I said, when you're truly on your shit, you're not trying to be sidetracked by, and I'm going to say it, by some nigga, by some bitch, by some person. You're not trying to deal with that shit. It is what it is. When you're on your shit, you are focused. You're trying to get your education. You're trying to get your certifications. You're trying to lose weight. You're trying to gain weight. You're trying to invest in your craft, in your hobbies. You want to spend time with your family, with your friends. You want to travel. You really want to do different things. And I'm sorry, but because so many of us grew up in toxic and dysfunctional households, a lot of us don't know how to set boundaries or don't know how to respect people's boundaries, or a combination. Okay? A lot of us are tired of dealing with takers, because that's just it. If you were, in my opinion, if the person is right, that person would be able to understand and respect that you have your shit in order, or you're working towards that, and should be working towards getting their own shit in order, or continuing to have their shit in order. Right? And y'all should be able to come together and build y'all shit together without knocking each other off of their track. But because a lot of people are in unequally yoked relationships and situations, and really unequally yoked is just a nice way of saying one-sided, topsy-turvy, y'all are not compatible. Y'all don't need to be trying to be in a romantic partnership together. It just ain't that. It just ain't that. And like I said, so many people and I'm going to be fair with y'all, right? Because you always bashing the cis males. Well, but no, for real. You always bashing the cis males. It's the same thing with the cis women, the trans men, the trans women, feminine folks, masculine folks, intersex people, non-binary. It's the same for people in general. You do not want to get with somebody and then which this is the other problem. A lot of us are codependent. And when you codependent, you'll sit up here and literally put your own life on the back burner to focus on somebody else. And now you falling behind. It's another reason why a lot of us are not. Hey, Sophia, this girl, y'all, I'm gonna have to do another part. She be doing me. Cause you know we don't, where you going? Sophie, where you going? Where is Miss Thing going? She be out here doing her. And yes, she's trained. Like I said, and this is gonna sound horrible. I already know. If we could train y'all like we do with the dog and walkies, loyal, listens. And mind you, they out living their best life. We not trying to be all up in your shit 24/7, but damn. No, but for real. Ain't nobody got time for all that, trying to go through all that. So people don't want to be getting sidetracked, because a lot of us have gave our all to the wrong damn people and have learned harshly how that can impact your life and how that is not a good thing to be doing. And then also some people truly are not interested in that. Never was. Didn't even have to go through a heartbreak or go through something negative to know that that wasn't for them. It is what it is. Everybody don't want the same shit, and everybody don't need the same shit.